Hello, good evening, and warm welcome to this session. Yes, I took a few minutes because I was given a message that if you can give us 5 minutes to join, we want to accommodate everybody. So here we are. So, welcome, and a very warm welcome to everybody. And this is a session on curating a digital portfolio with AI tools. Also, I've been getting numerous calls since morning. So, what we have also included in this session is towards the end, we will open this session for question and answers about, MI expert nomination and Showcase School nomination for Microsoft. And I will be happy to answer as many questions as I can. And if I'm not able to do so, I will be directing you towards the right piece as to where do you think you can go to get the correct information. Yeah. So if you have any colleagues or if you feel that, there's anything that, you want to ask, drop it in the chat window. I would love to answer those questions. Also, please note that, for everything to do with Microsoft nominations, there are last 2 days left. That is 29th. We are sitting on almost the end of the day, 30th and 31st. That's it. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, don't keep to yourself. I'm here. Please ask away. I'll be happy to answer. All right. And with that, let's begin our session, which is so important because we have so much to talk about. So, what are we talking about today? Many things. We are talking about curating a digital portfolio and with AI based tools. And I think digital portfolios are becoming extremely popular with our teachers because I think they're very deeply connected to the way our students have been learning, and it's a powerful tool to showcase what they have learned through the year. So, with that intent, we, thought of picking up this topic and talking to you. And AI tools play a pivotal role in enhancing these experiences. What all tools work? How can we, use tools to not just simplify our lives, but I think make these digital portfolios easier to make, easier to understand, also, probably look at the ways we can, uh, you know, bring more variety and more flavor to our digital portfolios. Yeah. So I think I have said enough and set the stage for this beautiful conversation to happen. So my question to you, first of all, I always start with a question. Yeah. Sorry about this. I think this is an old one. Hold on. I'm just going to bring in the new question in the chat window because I think I did change the question. It did not get changed here. Never mind. I'm going to put this question in the chat window. My question to you is how often do your students participate in making digital portfolios? How often do your students participate in creating digital portfolios? Okay, so that's my question to you. How often do your students participate in making digital portfolios? Okay, so that's my question to you, and it's okay for you to introduce yourself in the chat window so that we know who you are, where you're joining from, which school, which city. Would love to know. Yeah. My question is in the chat window. Go ahead and answer that. Till then, I'll tell you about the agenda. We are talking about what, why, how of digital portfolio. And if you're new to it, it's perfectly all right, because that's our place where we are starting. And, then we will move to AI apps and tools for digital portfolio. Do keep your introductions coming in and, help me take this forward. Last time, I think we spoke about student choice and voice. That remains one of the major pieces as to why this topic is being followed up after that one. Choice, voice, and empowerment are three pieces that, I think we have to unleash a learning revolution now. Now, these are the three armors that we have to be able to unleash this power for our students. And what better way than to be able to convey it through digital portfolios being created by students themselves. Why digital portfolio, you'll ask me first. Yeah, let's dwell into that. I think portfolios can be a beautiful way to showcase the learning journey of a student, which should not, just be limited to just marks or scores, but should be able to tell me the way my student has grown in their capacity over the years. So, multiple ways in which you can do that, and multiple ways in which we must promote it. First of all, our students must take the ownership of learning. If they have been the one who's learned, through the year, they have been through the journey of learning. I think it is them who can tell you the best what have they learned through the year. Yeah. So that's one thing that I feel is very strongly we rely on students, and therefore I think curating a digital portfolio should be a transformational approach in documenting and showcasing student learning. It should empower my student to become the hero of their own learning journey. And, it should also provide me as a teacher a valuable insight, along with the parent looking at it. And it is a kind of a beautiful door into my child's progress. It's always defined as or described as a virtual refrigerator door, which students keep guarded with themselves. And, they will unleash only if we give them the power to do so. We can actually have a digital portfolio which can be developed by students, which will also help them develop future ready skills, because as students, when they step out in the world, the first thing that they feel is hesitation, because they are in the protected environments of a school where they are guarded well, and they don't express themselves as easily to others or strangers, because that's what they were taught at school, right? Therefore, an expression, a way to develop their metacognition ability, an indicator of what I'm capable of is what these digital portfolios bring about. We have to move away from traditional assessments. We have to bring in clear and more tangible indicators of our academic achievements. And how can they be portrayed? They can be portrayed through the efforts that have been put in by the student. They can be portrayed through the journey that a student has taken. Maybe he or she is not able to reach where they want to reach, but then they had made an effort. There's a change in the attitude. There's a feedback that the student has accepted, and they're working on it. They're setting goals for themselves. That's the journey we need to recognize. That's the journey which will help them become a lifelong learner. Also improve homeschool communication, because our PTMs I've often seen, and heard, oh God, PTMs are painful. There's such long conversations because parents are clueless about what the students are doing in school. They're with us. They do not get any peek into what's happening and how's my student doing. And then end of the semester, end of the quarter, or end of the year, they get this report card that is so not reflective of what the child is capable of, but what the child might have achieved in terms of written responses. Yeah. So that's something that'll bring down the barriers of, home and school communication. It'll strengthen your, progress. It'll strengthen your relationship, because it'll give these families a window into their child's progress over time. And hopefully, they will start engaging in their education more, as we always have asked for. Portfolios definitely aren't just for students. They are basically a peek into how they have learned, how we have taught, how have they perceived it. And I think it's also a fantastic teacher evaluation artifact, and a great way to showcase what the students are capable of doing and what they have already done. Yeah, I hope I've been able to deliver the why very clearly. And I have to say, it is a handshake between the three: teachers, parents, and students, showcasing that holistic learning, those holistic, report cards that you're creating. I think digital portfolio is an essential part of it. Have you, thought of introducing just QR codes put up in your classroom or, printed as stickers. Those are black and white stickers. They're not even expensive to print. So if you, make digital portfolios, take a QR code, paste it in every report card, or just put it around in the room. That's it, the parent wants. Everybody knows how to scan a QR code, right? So digital portfolios will allow students to document not just what they know, but how they think, create, and grow. They capture everything from the projects that they have done through the year, reflections, feedback, iterations over time. So, it's not just I've arrived here, or, this is where the level I was when I started the year in my reading, and now I've achieved this level. How have you achieved? There were ups and downs. So, this paints a fuller picture than just the grades alone. I also believe that it empowers students' choice and voice in a big way because they know how to present their work the best. They know their story the best. They want to tell their story. And we want to foster ownership, agency, and pride in their learning, right? So I think it works like a win-win. It also supports reflection for students. Sometimes when we give them a feedback, they get thinking about it, and if not, we offer them certain questions that help them to think deeper about what are the strengths, what are the areas of growth, what are the goals, what are the next steps for me. How do you think I can understand this better? And, this builds metacognition. And the most beautiful part, it enables authentic assessments to happen. Students engage in self assessment, peer feedback, and the shift from the focus of the right answer to meaningful learning is what happens when you prepare digital portfolios. And believe you me, it is such a gratifying, journey. I remember way back in 2000. 12 no 2000s, actually earlier than that, 2009 or 8, somewhere around that. 18 or 19 is what we started making digital portfolios, but before that we used to make it physical portfolios uh, in many places, like in our IB world we had to create these digital portfolios. And I'm very proud that, whenever I go back to Pathways, they refer to this to say that, Meenakshi had started this trend of making teacher portfolios of learning, and then eventually student portfolios came in. And we're very happy to see that those practices are still alive, though they have shifted to, e-formats. So, you want to look at a portfolio? Yeah, I'm going to show you a portfolio which is made in, Book Creator. Take a look at it and I'll walk you through it. It's a beautiful piece which is made by Katie Fielding, and full credits to her. She used Book Creator in making this. She's a champion ambassador and a trainer for Book Creator. Yeah, who is she? That's her. So there is a cover letter over here and a resume here. She said, "Look, mom, I made this." So the pieces of learning have been embedded. If you can see, these are all links. This is a link to another page. Here's a notebook. Here's a Wakelet. This is a YouTube video. This is Adobe Creative, which has been about embedded over here. Here's a tweet. Here's something else. So if you want to know Katie, you can actually go to any of these icons to know her better. Two, about me. Three types of emojis. I'm a millennial. I must use this. Let's go. My teachers stare. I mean, it's so much fun looking at this portfolio. Imagine if we were sending out our resumes like this. Wouldn't they just be so beautiful? About me, this or that. That's a game. So, you get to know her on a very personal front, which normally is not a part of your interviews, right? Or interactions. Imagine if you send this to your students, parents, and let them know who you are as a teacher. And that's exactly what Katie did. So here I am. This is me. Know me better. So not just on a professional front, but also on a personal front. I love traveling, and she's put some, markers there to say where all has she traveled. She shared that she's an early riser, team collaborator, learner and a listener, passionate doer. And there's so much about, imagine, made a whole timeline about, her engagements. So it's the evolution of my communication strategies. That's what you must show, that you have grown over the years. And how have you grown? I mean, look at that. Isn't it so impressive? Everything has a link over here to go further to see what happened where and when. I absolutely loved this piece as a digital portfolio. Therefore, I thought it's a must take along and I must share this with you. Therefore, here I am sharing Katie's journey with you, and I can't wait to make one for myself as well. I hope you do too, and I hope I have been able to inspire you enough to be able to create one for yourself as well. If you have any questions, keep dropping them in the chat window, please. I will be happy to answer those. Okay. Moving onwards, I'll just keep moving onwards, but I'm happy to take your questions. Okay. Why does this matter? It matters because for students who are the heroes of the learning journey, this is the reins. The reins are in the hands of the students. The reins are being, galloped by them. They become the creators, curators, narrators of their own story. Another point to mention here is extra empowerment and motivation for every student to come forward to to be able to contribute a valuable piece into their own portfolio. Who doesn't want to show their best work, knowing that others will see and evaluate their portfolios and create, it just creates more meaning for students to create that. It's an intrinsic motivation, and that's crucial. If the portfolios are simply something that they just have to do or a box they have to check off, then I think it's extrinsic motivation and they might not be very interested. They'll quickly lose interest. But imagine this is an open document for the year. And the day that they feel that I think I've done something that's amazing, or they try and set a goal to say, hey, I'm going to do this, and you create that visible culture of visible thinking, which is an essential element, they will understand and see value in creating that portfolio. Therefore, the onus lies on us as to how we present to them. A very simple way, I have, I think, mentioned this before. However, I'll mention it again. These days we have AI, so please use AI as often as you want. You go to quizzes, you go to Magic School AI, you go to Microsoft Tools, and you have insights available. Let students share their growth journey, give them their graphs. You can actually fetch individual students' graph, give them their graph, ask them to write about it. What do you understand? What do you think your journey has been like? Ask the right question and also drive them towards success and progress. What do we gain? We gain valuable insights because students, actually, you know what? I still have some of those digital portfolios. I would love to show you. Those are my treasure trove, literally. I get an insider's view into my students' mind and their learning journey. It's like peeking behind the curtains, and crafting a tailor-made lesson for them because I know they need it. Yeah, I know that's what will motivate them. So turning their asks, turning their I wish, turning their I want to do's into actual doables is the joy that and that I will get as a teacher because I will get those amazing insights as a portfolio. And like I said, for parents, it's literally a virtual refrigerator door. So, ever wished you had a window into your child's classroom? I think that's a dream of every parent. That I wish, there were a camera in the room and I would see what my child is doing. So, they bring learning home. These portfolios will create a bridge between school and also, the refrigerator door of achievements just open up. They are able to see how beautifully the students are learning every day. And if these digital portfolios, remember, will form basis of your student-led conferences. How to craft the I think a perfect digital portfolio, there's no recipe to it particularly, but there are different flavors to consider. Okay. Depending on what will work best for you, for your situation, you know your students the best, your parents the best, your school the best. What worked for me? I'll tell you. Before creating the digital artifacts, we started creating physical artifacts. Just give me a minute, please. How we did that was I did something very simple. I said, everybody bring a box from home. It could be a shoe box or a box, the cardboard box, small cardboard box, not a very big one. What we did was at the back of the class, and in the three walls, against the three walls, we lined up, we stacked actually at the back, we stacked up these boxes and we labeled them and we said, this is your time capsule. Okay. So whenever you feel you've done a good job, or you got a good remark and you want to treasure it, you want to write about it, you go put it in the box. Every week, Friday, 10-15 minutes, that homeroom period was sacrosanct for students to pick up that piece and write a reflection about it. They can pick up any one piece from whatever they have done this week. They will pick up one piece and they'll write a reflection about it. So over the year, you will see there are multiple pieces that get collected, and you'll say, "Oh God, the room is going to get bulky." No, it did not get bulky because everything stayed within that box. Even if you had to roll, you can roll it and keep, and you can just try a little red, or they'll just they will find ways to make it happen. Okay, honestly, I as a teacher did not do much apart from telling them that this is how it should be done. They managed on their own, and I think students have those organization skills which we do not really trust them for, but believe you me, they do. Yeah. So once that was done, just before the PTM, about 15 days before the PTM, we would say, pick up your box, bring to your table, look at all the pieces that you have collected, and select the best of the pieces that you want to pick up and create. And of course they will have more than one. So we used to pile them subject wise, and we used to say, okay, now you need to pick up a few that you have to showcase. Some you can digitally portray. So what we did was we started taking pictures of those, or some digital artifacts were there. So 10 pictures of each of the students work were taken up and they were uploaded on any of the platforms. I'll just speak about the platforms in a bit. I'm just giving you an idea. Okay. So they were digitally organized, let's say in a Sway or a Wakelet or a book creator, whichever tool you use. There are multiple tools there. Okay. Now, what this does is you have a beautiful collection. Students were invited to write reflection about each of those 10 pieces, and then we would use AI to get insights into that. More on that a little later. Think about this. These digital portfolios are connected to the essential element of a culture of visible thinking. You're making your students' thinking visible by bringing in pieces that they want to showcase. There's a sense of pride in that, there's a sense of ownership in that, there's stronger motivation. Also, amplifying your own work, getting a chance to be the designer of my own learning. I think I could have asked for more, right? Now, choose your flavor. You want standard based, that is your learning outcome based, or competency based. Many schools take this opportunity to showcase the mastery of content, and some choose competencies. There are, various ways to do so, but you have to decide what you're going to do. Process or performance? Capture the learning process or the grand finale. It's your call, really. I mean, many students will create performance or presentation style portfolio to meet the portrait of a graduate or a capstone project that they've, applying for. Or, this approach sees that, students are crafting their own story to say what they want to say depending on the grade that they are in. Students are very mindful of their audience. So let's put the onus on the students and ask them to make the effort to put their best foot forward, really honing the communication skills of what they have done. Let me show you example of a student portfolio. Here's a student portfolio and what it sounds like when it goes digital along with physical. This is what it sounds like. Let me know if you can't hear it. Ideally, you should be able to hear it. I mean, don't you feel like giving a huge clap out there? Did you see that? Okay. It's almost about 10 minutes long. Wouldn't take that. What I'm going to do that, I'm going to share a link to this in the chat window so that you take your time looking at this video. And I think it's a beautiful piece for anyone to just review and see what's possible in a digital portfolio. Yeah. And also, it's very important for all of us to know where do you think this learning will take my students to? Yeah. So, and how are we going to showcase? Now, do you understand when I said we picked up 10 pieces and we said that we are going to share the best of my 10 pieces. It's a complete conversation that the student has, and there are various points in the year that you can sit down with the student to do all of these things. I mean, I could show you the entire journey. You know the student by now. Look at another one. Here's, just making a PowerPoint slide and, inserting links to various pieces throughout the year. This is one of the simplest ways. Over 10 writing pieces, better math skills, better writing skills, autism ambassador, and learning flute. Amazing. I mean, it gives me a beautiful view and peek into a student's. Another way, again, there are multiple ways of doing it, and there are multiple tools as well. AI tools? Yes, multiple. As you can see, I would definitely go to Copilot to find out, okay, what should be the essential elements for my digital portfolio? What all should be included? What are the right questions to ask? What do you think is the best way to showcase my students' work in the most concise manner? So these are some of the questions that I would ask, of my students. So to be able to draft those, I think what I need is help from um, Copilot. And that would go a long way into helping me understand what is it that's required for my students, right? Now, while you do that, what you can also do is use other tools that are given over here. For example, Microsoft Designer. I would love to create a unique, cover page for every student, have a kind of a draft for every student's work, because it's important when we are doing all of these things. I think what's very important is uh, attention to detail, because it's not just what students bring to the table, it is what we offer to them as well that matters a lot, where they rely on us for, let's say, the look and feel, the design. Then there's so many things that come to it. What all elements should be a part of my portfolio? So there are many things that are a part of digital portfolio. Can't say them all right now, but that's where your Copilot comes in. Teams, I think it's one of the most beautiful way in which you can look at insights. You can look at the work done throughout the year. I always tell teachers, I fail to understand why you are not using Teams as your assignment sender because it's capturing everything. And while it is capturing everything, you have to look at some of the essentials to see and probably reflect to see what is possible with this. Yeah, so that's something that I would definitely vouch for. And then there are other tools as well. Reading coach, will capture over time. Reading progress will tell you how your student has been able to achieve what they have achieved. And also probably also give you a peek into not just the ability to read, but I think there are so many other elements, even in fluency or the expression or comprehension. There are so many elements to it, right? And use Adobe Express, use Book Creator, Wakelet. Oh, let me show you an example of a Wakelet. Now that I said Wakelet and Napkin AI, you can use, especially for students, the senior students. Napkin AI works amazing when you work on digital portfolios. Here's something awesome for you. Yeah. I'm just bringing in the screen. Give me a minute. Okay, it should happen now. Okay. Sometimes some things just get hung. So give me a minute because I think it's slightly hung. Yeah, now I got it. Do you see it? Yes, you do. Here are some of the student digital portfolios. So I love, Tisha's work. What she did was she created single collections, made profiles, she made portfolio progressions, and she made higher education. Let me know if you can't see the screen because I'll share it again. I think I should because I'm not sure if there's anyone who can't see the screen. Wait, hold on. I'm just going to do it again. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to just share my screen again. Apologies for that, but I think you couldn't see the screen. Give me a thumbs up in the screen the minute you are able to see uh, Tisha's portfolio. Wakelet. Can you? It's loading. Hmm. Now, can you see? Can someone please let me know in the chat window that you can see my screen now? Anyone? Someone? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Ishan. That was really nice of you. Thank you. So here, take a look at this. It's a beautiful student digital portfolio that has been created. There are separate pieces over here, portfolio in mathematics 10, third quarter, and the way these portfolio of evidence, imagine you've actually embedded each student's wakelet over here. So what I would suggest at beginning of the year, make a master wakelet. Okay. And share it with your students. Ask them to keep adding their work throughout the year. And then just the way I collected some physical pieces, you could collect digital as well as physical pieces. And then towards the end of the or whenever you want to pause to showcase, you could actually pick up pieces from here and possibly showcase these for your students or allow your students to showcase their own collections. This way you are monitoring what they are showcasing, you want to guide them, and personalization can happen here. You can actually go to one of the students, let's say portfolio. I'm just opening one student's portfolio over here, and possibly I have some questions about this work, right? I could actually go ahead, open, imagine there are so many pieces embedded, and I could actually leave a comment thought, or, I could like this piece, or leave of a leading question over here further to know, what that showcases? It showcases that you're interested in that student's learning. It's not just for sake of showcasing to others, but you are genuinely engaged and interested in that student's learning. Yeah. I love to SWOT. The SWOT is students who advocate technology. If you don't have those in your school, please introduce today. We've introduced this in many schools and loved it. Yeah. So there are multiple examples over here for student portfolios as well. I'll be happy to share this link also because this is the public link. I'll be happy to share this in the chat window so that post this session, you can explore on your own as well. Okay, there you go. And here, I wanted to show you one more. Yeah. So here are the professional portfolios. It's not just for one example. There are multiple examples of professional portfolios. These are teachers' portfolios that Tisha has actually collected. It's a beautiful way to showcase your work and your teaching portfolio. There's a difference between your professional portfolio and teaching portfolio. This is what you teach. Yeah. So you can have your teaching samples embedded over here. You can have your students' work embedded here, your professional achievements, and your social connections as well. I'll give you this as well because I know you'll ask for it. Therefore, I better provide for right now. These are some of the amazing things that you should be doing because you are educators of today. And it matters how you project yourself and your studies in the world of being digital and being AI by nature. Yeah. So I'm open to taking any questions at any point. I know I'm moving a little fast for you, but I'm happy to pause anytime. I think, Nidhi ma'am, you've asked for napkin AI. Napkin AI. Okay. I will take this opportunity to bring in napkin AI for, I think I had showcased once before as well, but I will do that right now because you asked for it. And anybody else needs to ask about any other tool that we're talking about. Oh yeah, and let me also give you the link to Book Creator if you've not used. I think that's a great tool for you to explore. And I'm going to give you the link of Katie's portfolio so that it'll take you to the tool, and also you'll have Katie's portfolio with you to explore. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to Napkin AI and find out what it does for you. Here we are. Yeah. So I've been using Napkin AI for some time now. Uh, I would just simply, do that. Over the past decade, this is what we have done, and these are the major milestones. And our engagements were to be highlighted at one of the, and I'm going to soon give you some great news about us. Still cannot share, but will share. So keep your fingers crossed for me and for Depedagogics for that matter. And I will share something really amazing in the coming days. Okay, amazing for me, and I hope you will be happy for it, the things that we are happy about. Yeah. So we wanted to showcase that, over the last few years, there are some amazing work that we have done with Microsoft as global training partners and phenomenal numbers and people that we have been able to reach. Now, this was a very boring way of portraying. So I said, all right, let's get to work with Napkin AI. So we projected, and this is the projection that we got. We got multiple ones, of course. I will show you how we got this. But look at that. And yes, you're a part of it. You have to be a part of it. We always get amazing turnout over here of teachers, and they always come and, work closely with us. So here you go. All you need to do is you click over, you first list whatever you want to. So you ask your students to write whatever they want to, no pictures, nothing, just text of what, because some students are linguistic learners. They write writing more than doing anything else, So we encourage them that it's all right for you to write an essay, like, they say they love writing. So here's one of the projections. But as soon as you scroll, you will, I mean, look at this. Isn't it such a beautiful projection of our work? Each one is more amazing than the last one. And, you can keep scrolling over here. This will give you various formats in which you can showcase your work. Super easy. Students love writing in bullet points. Their points can be captured here. Then you take this image to PowerPoint, you take this image to Adobe Express, you take this image to Designer. Look at that. So beautiful, isn't it? Well, you take it to any piece that you want to, any tool that you want to. So you go app mashing. And when you put it out there, you can add images, evidences. Oh my God, I just am loving this one. Would love to take and keep this one. I mean, look at that projection. Could I have done it myself? I'm not sure, but I love it. So it's super simple to make this. All you need to do is you can export from over here. You can take it as PNG, SVG, PDF, or PPT format and simply just download it. All right. And it's there for you to use and take it away. All right. I hope this has helped you and it has helped me too. Over here, I got another projection. Yeah. So, um, going back to our digital portfolios, I hope today's session we've been able to give you an idea about how beautifully the learning journeys can be captured. And time permitting, I will show you, the ones that I had, helped students create. They were very deep and extensive by nature. So, yeah. I have a question there. Could you please talk about how to begin the digital portfolio? Have a skeletal in mind. It's very important for you to visualize what you want it to look like. Because what will happen is when you're looking at these portfolios, you get very ambitious. I want to include this and I want to include that. And you lose track of the actual piece that you wanted to create. Yeah. So have a structural and it takes a lot of iterations. You might not get it in the first go, and it's all right. Never happens in the first go. So please take your time creating these. Think about, how can I bring my student? Let me show you something now that you've asked. I'll give you a very rough view of, what it used to be. Uh, I'm not sure, if this is something that you will want to do today, but this is something that we created way back, like I said. And now there are digital formats available. Only the format that time we had was PowerPoint. And we used to start creating, in PowerPoint, we used to start creating these pieces and we used to take it forward. But there are many other ways of creating the same piece. It's up to you how you take it, how you want to capture the student data. That's most important. Yeah. Um, Let me just check if I can fetch one. I have not been able to actually fetch one, but I will as we move forward. Yeah. Any other question? Please keep asking questions. Your questions really shape my session, so please do ask. Yeah. Okay. Let me just see. Now, apart from this, I have to tell you, okay, let me show you something very, very simple, very, very baseline to start with. But I was just looking for some of the pieces here. Yeah, you should be able to see my screen now. It can be a simple page on introduction where you guide your students onto, what's your name and, what they are, who's your teacher, what do you do, then a personal reflection, probably your work, some of the work. I choose this work because, thank you for listening for my work because it's very important. Do you have any questions? So this is one of the formats in which you could have your teacher-led, student-led conference as you call it. Let me see if I have any SLC over here available. So yeah, there this wordy, like I said, our aim used to be that we should be able to capture various facets of learning, and these are all very personal pieces. So they're very wordy right now. I don't have that piece currently. You've asked for it. I will look, and next time probably I will bring it. But this is what our day used to look like. And we used to have literacy station, numeracy station, and other subject stations, and everybody will go around, walk around to see what it is. The process was very clear that this is what we are going to do, how we are going to plan, final selection of pieces. And then, we used to have rubric, checklist, many samples, book reports, logs, many things to accompany. Yeah. So I'm just randomly showing you some pieces. For example, this is one of the piece, the that this is one of the letters that went to the parents. Then there was a visitor log that was created, and there are many more things. So I don't want to get into that, but you get an idea. Start baseline. Just have yourself put in the shoe of a student. I normally used to say, don't go chapter wise. Okay. Go with what you remember. So at the end of the week, what stuck by you? What is it that you remember the most in each of the subject, not just one subject? They love to pick their favorite subjects. Yeah. So you drive them towards, okay, I'll write each subject and you find out, you tell me what is it that you remember that you learned this week. So we start with very simple questions to ask, and then we build on it. Of course, then we had everything from asking questions about a piece of what do you think is the highlight, where do you think is your, what do you think you need to learn more, what are you confused about, what are you confident about. So there are many pieces in the visible thinking routines that you could be bringing into your classroom. And I think we've done a session on visible thinking routines. You could visit that as well. I'm going to pause here because there are only 10 minutes left, and I have to share this with you and open this forum for questions, so that if you have any questions or doubts on about Microsoft Showcase School program, please ask now, because it's important that you do. There are only 2 days left. I've said that multiple times by now, and I hope you've taken cognition of that, and that you will be filing your applications on time. Yeah, I'll give you the link on the guidance document also in the chat window, just in case you need it. But do make sure that you do fill in your nomination on time. Yeah, there are certain pieces to it, as to learning paths to be completed or courses to be completed. Then there are some links to be shared. So what are all of those, and what is it that you need to do? I'm just going to start sharing that. But if you have any specific questions, this is your time to ask. All right. Okay. Oh, you've submitted your application. Excellent. Uh, Fine. I'm going to wait for your questions to come in. And, just a second. Sorry, I'm going to present just about once again. Just a second. There you go. All right. I have a comment from Gitanjali. We have submitted our application, and this time many teachers also completed MIEE and 60% did AI. Excellent. Wonderful to see the growth in your school, Gitanjali. It's absolutely amazing when schools actually come together and take it forward. We are happy to support you in any which way that you want. I knew, Namrata ma'am, somebody's going to ask me for the details. So here they are. I hope you're able to read these. If not, then I will actually go off the grid to actually expand this and show to you the requirements. But I know most of you are very familiar with the requirements that are there of the program. However, if you have any specific ones, do let me know. I will be happy to, guide you. And the link for guidance document is what I will provide in the chat window. Oh, you can't read. Okay, hold on. Going to share that again. And I've worked on the slides as well because this is not updating. So I'm just going to share it once again. I hope I get the updated one. Okay. Here you go. It's just coming. And here it is. Did it come? No, it's still not updated. Anyway, I will present it from here. Yep, I think this will work. Sometimes some things just take time, and all good things take time to brew. Remember that. All right. So, this is an application that you need to complete, and the link is what I'm going to throw in the chat window. There's a complete guidance document on that. Please go through that document. It'll be supremely useful for you. All right. And also, what will be helpful is if you can sit down even in these 2 days and capture some of the things. There are only two main questions that are being asked by for MI experts. There is one tool that you have to choose, within the given list of tools, to say that this is what I have been using and share your story and your reflection of what is it that you have been able to capture. Do remember, very limited word, only 2000 characters, 500 characters to 2000 characters, not words. Please be very mindful. Number two, be mindful that you have typed those answers. What happens is we write in the Word document that they have given and then we copy paste. They have very clearly mentioned over there, please type your answer. The minute you go over there, they will tell you, please type your answer. All right. That's extremely important for you. There are, scored questions as well. There are details that have been shared. How often do you use responses for auto scores? Then these are reviewed by the team. Then it provides a link to your, Microsoft Learn. How do you provide that? I think that is also given in the guidance document. I have given you the guidance document in the chat window. It's a sway, and it'll help you see what is it that you're supposed to present or show or talk about. All right. Okay. Any questions? Those are the courses that you're supposed to complete. Okay, good. We don't have any questions. Fantastic. And yes, for today's session, we do have a test. Take the test, the procedure once again, in case you're new to this. You take the test, you score 80% in in that test, and pay a nominal fee of 200 rupees to be able to earn your certificate for having attended this session today. All right. We've been very kind. There are only 5 questions today. Okay. So yes, it's super simple. And take this from here, and I will give you, Kritika ma'am, you need the link to courses. I will just drop them in the chat window. Here you go. I'm giving you the links in the chat window. Till all of you take the test, I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. And here you go. Okay, I have another question there. Rahil asked, do you have any certificate or any redeem code for the points for today? No, because this is not a topic on Microsoft Learn. Therefore, no, not for Microsoft Learn. We have talked about multiple tools, including Microsoft tools. Therefore, no specific, code to redeem for today's session. However, we are in the last session of July. Therefore, here you go. Drum rolls, please. And this is your schedule for Tech Talk Tuesday in the month of August. Take cognition of it, share it as widely as possible, invite whoever you want to. They're all most welcome. There's no cost attached to this. I'm also sharing this in the chat window so that you have this handy with you. And for those of you who asked, about the AI, courses, do remember we have our flagship programs of AI Enthusiastic School, AI Explorer School, and AI Trailblazer Schools. Many schools across the country have already adopted and become a part of, these programs, and have the teachers, and they've taken a school-wide approach. That's the most important piece. Not just a selection of teachers doing that, but a whole school approach is what they have adopted. Not just that, what's beautiful? Some of the schools cannot really put all the teachers in the room. So we do segments as well. For that, we have a similar piece with AI enthusiastic educators, AI enthusiastic explorer, sorry, AI explorer educators, and AI trailblazer educators. There are different programs, and we have our K-12 portfolio as well. There's a complete PD portfolio. You can take a cognition of this, scan this, take it as you want, and I'll also provide this in the chat window so that you have it very handy. All right. So please go ahead and ask me any question if you have. I'm happy to answer any question. You've been asking some of the questions in the chat window. I've been dropping links. Please do take those links with you as you had asked for them, right? So here you go. Even the K-12 portfolio, why do I have to be so short about it? KD portfolio is a K-12 PD portfolio. I've given you that as well in the chat window. You asked for the test link. Here's the QR code. I will drop the QR code also of the test in the chat window so that if you're interested, you can take the test and you're most welcome to take it. Yeah, there are only 5 questions. Go enjoy yourself. And I will see you next time. Remember, 4th of August is when we meet, enhancing digital pedagogy with AI. Digital pedagogy is very close to my heart, and I love sharing that with you. Don't forget to give us a feedback. We love when you give us feedback. We thrive on your feedback. So share that with us. And thank you so much for joining me here today. Next time, I will see you on 4th of July. Till then, be good, take care, and have a wonderful week ahead. And don't forget to file your applications on time. Yeah. Thank you, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.